Hey, yo, friend. Um, I'm back. What's up? I know you mad, and I get it. Honestly, I'm mad at myself. I wasn't supposed to take this long of a break, and it's with good reason. And I'm gonna tell you that good reason as soon as I make it up. But first, let me start the show before y'all start asking too many questions. Too late. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back, y'all. You are listening to another episode of Honesty and Urban. It's your boy CT, aka Muscle Daddy, aka Just the Tips, aka Captain on Deck, looking real good. What is up, my peoples? Yeah, I'm back. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to take that long of a pause, or shall I say a little small break. Real life hit me with a two-piece, and it's okay. Actually, I'm kind of really excited to talk to y'all. I'm kind of really excited to talk to y'all about kind of what's been going on in my life. I'm gonna save it to the end, but yeah, all good things. I've got another haircut, and I must tell y'all, I am a little upset. My barber gave me the wrong haircut, and people think I'm crazy. My friends make fun of me because my barber is very expensive. My barber cost me $40 a haircut. Let me explain why. He comes from a particular shop called, I don't even know. Don't even matter because he's not there no more. But my barber's name is Nathan. He's a dope dude. And what happens is me and Nathan have become friends. So Nathan knows me because, let me say this. I stay with Nathan because I'm a very particular person. I'm very specific about how I like my hair. My dad is a barber. My brother's a barber. My uncle cut my hair growing up. So I've grown up knowing a lot about just certain things that some people don't know. I know about clipper sizes and against the grain, with the grain. So my barbers have to deal with me switching from a barber who didn't listen to me and kind of did whatever he was to Nathan dealing with me being very specific and just being on his ass about everything. I'm the kind of person in the middle of a haircut that if something just don't feel right, or I feel like you're in an area of my head that I just don't agree with, I'm gonna be like, oh God, hold on right quick. Do you mind if I see the mirror? And I'm gonna do it just like that. And you as my barber better not say nothing, because I still got your money in my pocket, and I will get up and leave and find the nearest barber who will fix what you've done. But yeah, Nathan's great. He has never given me a bad haircut. He's just every now and then giving me a haircut that I didn't ask for. Which is a really good problem to have. I walk out his shop always feeling good. And then on the days where I'm like, Nathan, this isn't what I asked for, I kind of just look and I'm like, but this is definitely going to do. Nathan's bad haircut on me is your fave's best haircut that they could give you. And I feel that strongly about my barber. So yes, I pay $40 and I'm a little upset. But it's cool because it's a good haircut. And I'm low-key thinking that Nathan might listen to this. So if this makes it into the show, I must have been feeling real bold. Moving on. Look, I really did try to podcast, y'all, earlier this week. It's just I've stayed in two different places where there were wooden floors and a huge echo, and I was just like, I can't do it. I legit recorded a little bit and heard everything and its mom just in the vicinity echoing. I was just like, we good. We not gonna do this to my people. So here we are. We back. I hope y'all didn't miss me too much. Oh, also, I want to shout out Nathan Wilson, my homeboy, my homie G Skillet Biscuit. My white brother from another white mother. He is not the son of a Karen, and I just must say thank you to the woman and the man who raised him, because Lord Almighty, ooh, that boy is down for the cause. Yeah, he started a podcast called Certified Nerds, and I think it's doper than dope. I've listened to every episode, and it's just him rambling about gamer stuff that I don't even care about, but it's just fun listening to him. So yeah, if you want to go check it out, it's called Certified Nerds. It's on Apple Podcasts and I believe Spotify. Yes, it is on Spotify. So yeah, boom and cat. I just hooked y'all up with something. Don't say I never did nothing for y'all. Usually I would say what are we watching, but I didn't watch much TV this week. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and be real with y'all. I went on a very sporadic road trip. So I didn't really watch that much TV. I hung out with a little bit of family and then I went off on my own. It was like literally everything that the doctor could have ordered for me. I didn't tell anybody, I didn't warn anybody. I legit got my black ass in a car and was like, goodbye. Um, so yeah, I didn't really watch TV. What I did do is if you want to pull out your AirPods and stick them in your ear or your earphones, all my non-Apple users, but if you want to put something in your ear and press play, y'all, Madam Jasmine Sullivan laid us. Oh, she laid us with a heavy hitter, Lost One. Is it Lost Ones or Lost One? Let me look that up real quick. Either way, the song is dope. I loved it. It put me right in my feelings. I don't know who produced it. I tried to find that. Jasmine Sullivan, for me, when it comes to production, I will say that I do like her production. And I know it's because on the low she has a very strong connection to Missy and Tim. And they're like two of the baddest producers in the game. So whenever I hear anything of Jasmine Sullivan's, I'm always like, ooh, who'd you go to? So I don't know who produced this. I don't think it was Timbaland. Obviously, this ain't a Timbaland beat. It's a very like piano ballad, R&B. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. I just know that like from the minute you press play, you already know where you're going. I'm gonna try to make a playlist based off of this, and I actually would think I'm going to try to make a playlist off of this, and I think it's gonna be dope, and hopefully I can share it with you all, and you can listen, and we can all be in our fields together. But yeah, Jasmine, welcome back. I have a personal vendetta against Jasmine. I just need to go ahead and say this because I know a lot of my friends are listening to this, and I know the word fake has been used probably like 10 times. Let me explain. Jasmine Sullivan was one of my favorite female artists. Her debut album slayed my heart in two. And then she like fizzled. And then she came out with her next album that I was like also dopely in love with. And I was like, yes. And then she was like, actually, y'all, you know what? I don't want to be in the music game no more. So I'm a chunk deuce. And then so she left. And then I was like, okay, wait, what am I supposed to do now? So then she came back with another album and I was like, wait, I thought you was gone. Okay, you back. Okay, cool. And then she like left again. And so I honestly got mad at Jasmine Sullivan because I felt like a betrayed fan because I was just like, are you here or not? Like, am I following your journey or like, are you done? I need to know. All this push and pull, like you're not gonna keep on breaking up with me and then coming back and then breaking up with me and coming back, and that's what it was. And I really just felt like a scorned lover. So like I had to chunk deuce because it wasn't healthy for me. It wasn't. I was really stressing over this shit. So I'm glad she's back. I'm not gonna talk no more shit for now. Although, like, I would really love an album with this feeling. You guys have to go listen to it. It's called Lost Ones. Oh no, it is called Lost. It is called Lost One. Fierce. Love that. So yeah. Although I will say this in the honor of what are we watching. I guess we can also kind of slash this over into our next segment, the juice. I guess we're all gonna watch Black Panther, y'all. Chadwick Boseman he's no longer. He passed. I am wrapping my mind around that. Yeah, it's it. So where do we start? Do we start with who knew he was sick? Apparently nobody. After a 4-year battle with colon cancer. Life is short. I feel like this is something that I say all the time. And I really don't want that to always be the theme of my show. But truth is, yeah. he let out so many movies in the last 4 years, y'all. Like, I didn't even realize between like Black Panther, 21 Bridges, like The Five Bloods, like, God almighty, the man has been busy. Marshall, Avengers again, like, I am not only at awe, but I do feel inspired, like in a really good way, and I don't get inspired by many things. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want this to turn into a situation where people are like, yeah, we can no sleep. We gotta come on, get this money. Let's get in these streets and do the thing because no, 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 no. If y'all didn't hear my podcast from the other week, doing too much and thinking like it's the only way to do, period, that's just gonna leave you with more problems. Although like it is very inspiring to watch someone who is going through such a hard thing be able to like accomplish so much in such a short amount of time, that yeah, I understand the idea of like, let me too follow in those footsteps, but like, don't live like you're about to die. Like, YOLO is, oh Lord, there's so many things wrong with that saying, but like, you got life ahead of you. Be glad. And yes, it's okay to be happy to know like you have a long life ahead of you as of right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. We don't have to be scary and spooky about speaking about a future. But I think the best thing that everyone can take away from this, just don't waste time. I feel like that's something that I am coming to a point at my tender age of 27. I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to look back and be like, yeah, okay, so it was a couple of them years, here and there where like I wasted some time, and I don't want to waste no more time wasting time because we ain't got no more time to waste. And that's just my feelings on that. And it's sad because so many kids, finally had a kingdom. Like, yeah, we got Tiana, but this was bigger than Tiana. Um, Princess and the Frog, is that what Aniki Nani Rose did for Disney? Is that the name of it? Her. That princess. A lot of black girls felt really cool to be able to say they were a princess. But this was awesome because not only did black people in general, we finally got something. Like, yeah, we have Storm and we're still trying to figure that whole thing out with Marvel because they playing too many games. But Black Panther was the first time we saw ourselves glorified on that screen. Glorified. Glorified. And I remember sitting in that theater being like, hell yeah, just crossing my arms. I went and saw that ironically with my the black portion of my cast and Zach Jones, who I absolutely adore. I saw that during me doing Memphis at Theater of the Stars, and so whenever I did that, we all got together on a day off and went and saw Black Panther, and there were nothing but edibles and snuck in drinks and food that they could never sell at the popcorn stand. And guess what? Every black person was in there. We had that shit on lock. We was talking, but like everybody was talking. It was one of those moments where you go to the movie theater and everybody's on the same page the whole time. We gonna all make the same comments at the same time. Then we know when to hush up. We know when we get, ooh, okay. Yeah, it was a lot of that. It was also work. Yeah, it was that too. And I just remember feeling like, man, we don't get this enough. We don't have enough of these moments, which is why whenever you think about black culture, things like homecoming, things like our bands, our battles of the bands, just all those things that are so unapologetically black and glorified. It was really nice seeing Hollywood do that for us. And I really appreciated it. So Chadwick, my brother, thank you. You've opened up doors that no one will ever be able to close again, and you did it. So, thank you. All right, I am gonna go take a very small break, and whenever we come back, I guess I'll catch you guys up on my life, and then we'll say bye because, it's about time for y'all to get about my shit because I'm getting sleepy. So, I'm a chunk deuce on y'all for 2 seconds. All right, and we are back, and I guess I'm going to close this out with just kind of giving you guys a little bit of an update. I kind of want to go ahead and say before I get too far into anything, I'm not really good with opening up. Haha, how funny. Why the hell did I decide to do a podcast? As a matter of fact, I decided to do a podcast because um, I wanted to do a little bit better with just expressing and maybe being a voice for another um, what's it called, extroverted introvert who probably goes through things and doesn't know whether to handle it like an extrovert or like an introvert. So yeah, for the last couple of weeks I've been spiraling, and I did that thing again where I kind of like silently reached out to people. Whenever I do this, like I might call a friend and be sad and have every intention on um, talking to them or telling them what I'm going through, or maybe even trying to figure out a way to ask for help. But because I'm the helper in so many of my friend circles, um, or with so many of my friends, I, whenever I call, I guess people get excited. And I guess what's happened is conversations kind of get taken over and there's never really a moment for me to like jump back in, or like, or I guess like I put it off because I'm dealing with someone else's issue, so I'm like, no, like don't worry about it. And so it wasn't until I reached out to my brother who lives in Austin, who, number one, you know, whenever I reached out was immediately receptive, but then also gained a lot of insight on like why I would even want to come. And he understood like, okay, you're in the moment where like you need to take care of yourself right now. And he immediately was like, come here. So it was really nice to go. I rented a car for literally, like a week, and I was like, I'm just gonna drive. And like, it wasn't until the day that I was leaving him, or the day before that I was leaving him, that I was sitting there talking like, I guess like I'm gonna go to Dallas too. Like, let's really make sure like I had self care. Like I've bonded around people who've been loving to me. Shout out to my brother Kendrick and his amazing boyfriend Marcus. Guys, I will never be able to repay you for just making sure like I was okay. Um, Before I left, me and my brother were sitting there talking, and he was kind of talking to me about his growth, and I was kind of talking to him about my growth. And while being in the scary place, like Kendrick was kind of like, okay, asking about my surroundings and who I turned to, and I said this, and we both agreed upon it. I was like, it's crazy. I was like, have you ever been surrounded by a group of people who have the best intentions for you and really do want you to be happy? It's just, out of all those people, not too many of those people show up. Showing up, for me, if I'm giving examples of like what I imagine, whenever I think showing up, I mean like, let's sit down and have a 3 hour conversation just about you because I know you need me right now. Um, Come over. Let me be in your presence. Let me come hug you. Let me love on you. Oops, hit the mic. Let me love on you. Um, and again, I'm surrounded by a lot of people who love me. So it isn't that I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of people who don't care about me. The showing up part that I feel is missing sometimes whenever I try to connect with people, I think comes from this idea uh, that I kind of learned from my mom, is like, you have to always be strong. And I think something about that made me only seek people who needed me, because if I could help them out, then I would feel needed, I would feel validated. And that's kind of where I've found a lot of my self worth. Even in like musical theater, like never taking a break, never allowing myself to be injured, not allowing myself to not feel the need to like keep on going and be a robotic energy bunny, and never, take time to like really breathe, or never show signs that like I too need rest. And so I don't actually know. And also, I don't really make myself vulnerable, but neither here nor there. Recently this year, I would say that I found a good 3 people who solidly show up. and have consistently started to show up. And there are new people in my life. So like it's cool to like start new friend journeys because they almost feel like different relationships. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're all still loving each other and it's honeymoon phase. But I really needed someone who knew my ins and out and someone who I could bare my soul with. So I ended up turning to my brother, and I didn't realize until he was sitting there like cooking for me and showing me hospitality. Like, you can stay in this room and like you can do this, or like whatever you want to do. Like, you want to go out and be on your own, like go do that. Like, you want to come back and like chill and not do a thing, let's do that. You want to go out and like be surrounded in public. Like, I was so thankful to have people, and I didn't realize like I'm not used to that, and I don't know what to make out of that. Old Chris would have looked at everyone and said, "You're all horrible, and like these people are better." And it's not that. I think I've just been connected to people who have only been used to a certain version of me that I almost don't know how to reintroduce myself. And I'm really struggling with it. It is not something that I have yet figured out. Um, I realize I don't like casual connections with people. Um, I don't know what that's about either. And mind you all, like, I want to also very much point out, like, I am in therapy for this stuff. But I will say that whenever I went to Dallas, I kind of had the biggest awakening because it wasn't until I realized this is my first time in my life taking a trip on my own as an adult, in charge of myself, no schedule. My only job that I have given myself is to relax. I have not given myself a job to try to go and save the world or like get a couple of errands done. Like, I was in that room after I left my brother in Austin and I went to Dallas. Like, I was in that room and I sat down with myself and I was just like, do I want company? Do I want to be alone? Do I want to go to the gym? Do I need to sit in bed? Like, I realized I went straight from living with my parents to living with a long-term relationship boyfriend. And so, like, even whenever I moved to New York, I moved into New York, obviously, into like a roommate situation. Um, and I guess right now I'm trying to find balance. I love empowering myself, and I love the feeling, and by the end of that Dallas trip, like, I really do feel like I found a part of myself that has probably been waiting to be addressed, which was just me. Just me needing me, which is what I told myself, because at first I was going to go home to Houston, but finally I was like, well, Chris, like, you need you. Like, you've been surrounded by people, but like, you still need to check in with you. Um, and I did. And I went to Dallas and I checked in with myself, and I didn't have pretty answers for myself. Um, I'm upset with, I guess, some people, and I haven't really found the perfect way to address it. Um, 2-ish years, almost 3, I believe, almost 2 actually. But I had my last battle with suicidal thoughts. Um, and it was a moment where I'm sorry, it's kind of hard for me to talk about, but I want to be real with y'all. I wasn't in a good place, and I didn't know how to I didn't know how to get out of it. I was with my boyfriend, and we weren't in a good place, and I wasn't doing good at work, and um I remember calling a couple of friends, reaching out for help. And again, it you know, when you're dealing with a dark place like this, when you're in it, I promise you, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, looking now, talking to you all, there's a logical step of things that I should have done. Like, I should have called this person. I should have told someone where I was. And I didn't really even know that I was back. I had had 2 run-ins with suicidal thoughts before this, and I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to believe that that's where I was. But this time, um, this last time, I didn't tell anyone leading up to it, but afterwards, I did speak. But beforehand, whenever I noticed the spiral, and I remember like telling myself, like, I don't think I want to be here. Like, there's no reason for me to be on this earth. Um, I didn't. I called my parents, and uh, they didn't realize. So it was just a normal conversation. I guess inside I was like screaming, like, please notice that I'm not okay. Like, please, come see me, come hug me. My boyfriend, unfortunately, he was being an ass at that point, and I'm sure I was being an ass to him, but um, that didn't really help my feeling of self worth. Um, and I guess there's such a sense of shame because so much of why I felt that way was tied to my inner saboteur, and I'm an adult enough to know that it's my inner saboteur, but I guess I'm pissed off enough because I'm honest enough to know, like, goddamn, like, there's a lot of existential surrounding people, and I keep on using this damn big word, forgive me, y'all, sorry. Um, there was a lot of people that I surrounded myself with too closely that were feeding into the things that I already didn't like about myself. I've always been told I'm too dramatic. Even right now, like I can hear myself being like, "You're crying, unfucking public, like stop it." And like I feel like so many people deal with that, especially on Instagram nowadays. When you have this idea, like you only should show the perfection, you should only show things that will get the double tap. And as someone who has consciously tried to get the double tap from my surroundings, my friends, my peers, my coworkers, my boyfriend, I let a lot of people not answering my phone call or not wanting to hear my stuff but tell me about all their stuff, and I never took the time to just stop someone and say like, "Hey, I blatantly need you to know that I need you and don't want or need right now in this moment to be needed." And that's hard. That's hard for me as someone who is a people pleaser, but I ended up in this really dark space so many years ago. So like now fast forward to where I am now, I still haven't told a couple of the people that I called and reached out to, that I called them specifically and reached out to them, and that in that moment they weren't there. And it's mostly, again, I try to be like, "Oh, like it's fine. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want someone to feel like I'm blaming them for what I went through." That's not what I'm doing at all. Like that I don't blame one single person for my dark space. I think I just don't know. I guess the thought that has stuck with me is I'm still surrounded by those same people. And although I fix myself and there's a lot of self growth that I do have, I guess a part of me wants to know that the next time something happens, they'll be there. And again, whenever I refer to my new friends, I really do mean like they're new in the sense of like time wise. I'm not comparing strengths. A lot of the people who I'm still surrounded by, who I haven't had these conversations with, they're amazing people. I love them. They do love me. And I really want to stress that, like, I don't think that these people hate me or like purposely did anything. Sorry. Purposely did anything vindictive against me. And I talked to a lot of people after I dug myself out the dark hole. I guess, yeah. I want to be real with you guys. Like, I don't have the answers right now, but I do, I guess, want to bring you guys along on this journey. I am gonna start this year 28. Like my goal is by 30, I will have done a very great deal of healing, and I will at least be able to deal with whatever next round, because this shit is in layers. People are actually like onions. Y'all should have listened to Shrek because he was trying to put y'all on game. But that's where I'm at, y'all. This trip was more so a flex of my strength. I did not allow myself to go into a dark spiral. I did not allow myself to go without someone knowing exactly what I was going through. Again, Kendrick, thank you so much. Just just being hugged, I don't have enough people in my life that hug me, and again, I can blame myself for that. I don't know. But I like hugs. How about we just leave it at that? I like hugs. And COVID is really fucking up some stuff for me and my hugs right now. Yeah, thanks, bub. Thanks, bub, for hugging me and everything else. But that hug, man, I knew things were going to be okay. Okay, this is a lot. So I'm going to end it here. This has definitely been dope. I love y'all from the bottom of my black ass heart, and I love that y'all are learning to love me. I hope that for someone you find whatever it is that you need in the world to get you to the next step. And I want to show myself as an example. I am not perfect. Life is not perfect. And no, everything does not always end with the answer. But as long as you're still going on the journey, y'all, that means it's not time to give up. As long as you still have breath in your body and the gift of life and being able to get out of bed or just open your eyes or tell someone you love them, or at the very, very least of what you should be doing every day is looking in that mirror and telling yourself that you love you. And that is enough. I learned that one in uncomfortable silence with myself in a Dallas hotel room. So yeah, love you all. Take care, and I'll see y'all next week. I promise. All right, bye. Please don't forget to rate, like, and subscribe to Honesty and Urban. Also, follow us on Instagram at HU_podcast. That's HU_podcast. See you next time.